Ali, Ali, Ali. Yeah, that's the sound right there, ladies and gentlemen. And we are still right here, keeping it up to date with the games going on in the UEFA Champions League, and we are here to keep you updated on that one. Of course, we have our phone lines open, and the phone numbers to call are 0707 070 872 That's the number. And we also have 0707 All right. Now let's go back to the games we have for you. Today we are covering for you today. Earlier today, Karabakh defeated FC Copenhagen 2-0, and Union Saint Giloy, of course, were pounced or trounced by Newcastle United 4-0. AS Monaco fell short or are falling short right now, and that game is still in the 66th minute as they trail against Manchester City 2-1. That game is still going on strong, and Arsenal, of course, the Gunners. 1-0 up against the guys from the Greek Olympiacos. Barcelona, of course, the Catalonians. What's going on? You guys are still playing 1-1 with Paris Saint Germain. Of course, Paris Saint Germain is a tough nut to crack. They are currently the defending champion of the UEFA Champions League last season, and of course, they are runners up of the Club World Cup where they lost to Chelsea. And of course, we have Bayern Leverkusen leading that one. They just scored that one against PSV Eindhoven, and of course, who came in and scored? It's gonna be, of course, Kofani put that goal past the goalkeeper in that one and gave Bayern Leverkusen the lead. And just away from the game against PSV and I mean the game between PSV and Bayern Leverkusen, Borussia Dortmund are 2-1 up against Athletic Club, and oh my word, that's a game that you think would not produce much goals, but this is one that has produced 3 goals already, and we are still in the 69th minute, ladies and gentlemen. 69th minute, and Karim Adeyemi, of course, produced the first one for Svensson, and Chukwuemeka, of course, made it 2-0 for um, for Borussia Dortmund, and of course Guruzeta, of course, made it, of course, scored one in favor to reduce the deficit to 2-1 for um, Athletic Club. Of course, away from that game, let's also talk about the game between Napoli and Sporting of Lisbon or Portugal. Of course, that game is still going on 1-1, and we have also Juventus and Villarreal. That one going on 2-1 in favor of Villarreal. Juventus came from a goal down, scored one, scored two, and now they are up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's the results, the latest result coming in from those games as we play on, and do not forget, of course, we have an interesting discuss after this game, of course, on the program today. Don't forget, it's midweek. Of course, it's the midweek, and we're going to be giving you the midweek vibes. Was the midweek? Just get listeners to listen and to our midweek rant right here. We're not ranting; we're actually talking. So it's going to be a discussion that leaves everyone awed and wanting to contribute, on the program. All right. So before we go, also we have the news at 10 that will be coming up. And of course, we're going to be reading the news at 10. And probably, perhaps on Friday on the program, we're going to be doing the top 10 Nigerian song, all right? Topping Nigerian music charts in the country. Of course, we're going to be doing that on Friday. Yes, tune in on Friday. Of course, loads and loads of exciting moments right here on uh, Overt Radio. They're going to be, throwing all the gist and all the information about the artist that is, topping the charts across the streaming platforms in Nigeria, from Apple to Spotify and the likes. All right. So just anticipate till Friday. Of course, you can join the conversations here, right here on Instagram, and you can also drop a message on WhatsApp. Of course, via that line, and we call out to you. On Instagram, it's Overt News. On Facebook, it's Overt News as well. On X, Overt News NG. TikTok, Overt News TV. On YouTube, Overt Radio. All right. So those are the uh, um, the platforms to which you can drop your comments over, and we will read them for you. And of course, the call line is 070-872-33165 or 0707-06-33159. Do not forget to join the conversation right here on um, Overt Radio. All right, let's go back to the updates. Of course, and still on the updates, status still remain the same, and Borussia Dortmund are leading 2-1. Of course, Bayern Leverkusen just scored 1-0. Barcelona still playing 1-1. Arsenal 1. Olympiacos 0. Manchester City 2. AS Monaco 1. Of course, those are the results we have for you right here in um, on the show. Yes, and to some of those stories we have, but I don't want to read out those stories right here for anyone. I just wanted to call maybe perhaps some of the championship results we had, but of course we're not going to do that now. So let's just strictly focus on the UEFA Champions League that we have at hand. All right. So do we have any message? Do we have any message from our social media handle? Okay, we are still hoping and we are still thinking that those messages will continue to drop, or we will drop, so that we can read them out for our viewers and listeners right here on the program. We'll go on another break. When we come back, the show continues. Stay tuned.